Okay, good morning everyone. Another quick vid on Mount Western Raceway or Hot Car Track and the build. And this is also a response to Po-Boy. He asked me about the Sizzler Fat Track charger or battery. So I thought I'd get out all this Sizzler Fat Track and just show you what it's taken to actually build Mount Western Raceway. It's taken a lot of time and a lot of money, and you know, I have rattled on about this in various videos. I'm not harping on about it, but anyway. Just in front of me here I have 4 Fat Track Sizzler sets that I purchased off eBay. And you know, when I was a kid growing up, I'm from South Australia in Adelaide. I never heard of Fat Track or Sizzler Track as a kid. I'm now 55. And when I was a kid, I started off with Scalextrics and then eventually AFX, and then moved into Hot Wheels. And when I was looking at, you know, building some kind of downhill track, I started researching and seeing what was out there. I initially started with obviously the orange track, but I really wanted an open track. And then that sort of led me to eBay and this thing called Sizzler Fat Track, and that was exactly what I was after. So this is going back before Christmas last year. This is when I sort of had the idea of putting something together, and then I just started researching this Fat Track and all that, and then eventually bit the bullet and I bought my very first box, which was this one here, and that just came with just the track, just that. This is a 12 feet of track, and it came with a juicer, this thing here, and I'm pretty sure it came with this lap counter, but I was only interested in the track. That's all I was interested in. And when I got the track, some of the banks were cracked, and some of these straights were pretty knackered. So I got a few pieces out of that. I was very disappointed. Anyway, so then I thought, okay, I've got to buy some more stuff. So I think my second box was this one here, which is the Giant O race set. And this is 18 feet of track, and it came with a car, I think. No, this didn't come with a car, but I wasn't interested in the car. You know, I was just interested in the track. You know, because I needed to obviously extend. I needed to extend my Mount Western Raceway, and I got some good pieces out of that, which is currently in Mount Western Raceway somewhere. I have no idea where. And then I had other plans as well. I wanted Mount Western Raceway to be this ginormous track. I wanted it to go from up on the roof, right, all the way down to here. I wanted it to, you know, to come down, you know, sort of do a loop, all that sort of stuff, and another loop here, come down, and obviously down to there. Well, you know, that didn't eventuate due to cost and just, you know, the sheer logistics of trying to build a track like that. It just didn't work. Anyway, then I purchased this track, this other box, and I think this came with 2 juicers and a car and some great track. So Po-Boy, to answer your question, hang on, I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, so then I purchased this track. I've never set up these cars. I'm just was not interested in using this as it was originally intended for. I just wanted the track, that's all. And then my last purchase was this. Now, I spent a small fortune on this. Sorry, I've got stuff everywhere. I then purchased this track here. This is called the Fat Track Super Control Set. And have a look at the box here. I don't know if the camera can get that. That came with 4 corners, 4 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I've never set this up. I originally wanted these 2 banks here when I was, sort of thinking about getting that big track together. And anyway, so I've used some of these banks and some of the straights here, which has been very helpful. This is a complete set. This here, it has the controllers here and all the other bits and pieces that is required to set it up as a racetrack. And here is the Goosebump recharger. You can see there that charges the cars in 90 seconds. And and obviously there's a juicer. I've got stacks of juicers. I've got 4 of them. Yeah, but as I say, I've never set this up at all. But you know what? Maybe I should set it up and give it a crack and see if it works. Might be a bit of fun. I mean, I've got the cars, providing those cars work. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with all this Fat Track, and consequently, by purchasing all of this, I'm now left with this, which you've seen before. It's a whole crate of corners, or banks. So I've still got stacks of spares, and I've got I think there's about 10 straights left over. These straights aren't particularly good. You can see this one here, he's ripped. He's come apart. That can just be super glued back, but a lot of them have severe bows. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. Severe bowing in them. Look at this one. Look how warped that is. I have tried to straighten these out, leaving them in the sun and put bricks on them and to do all that sort of thing, but they just don't come back. I'm sure that there's a solution out there to try and recover these straights, because you don't want to chuck them, they're really hard to get here in Australia. In fact, all this stuff is near impossible to get in Australia. I'm going to shock you right now. This set here I bought, as I say, it was the last set. That cost me, landed into Australia, I think $489. Unbelievable. I mean, our Aussie dollar is pretty bad against the greenback, plus delivery charges. Wow, it's just... Actually, I think this cost me $250 US, and then it was an extra almost, $200 and something to land it into Australia. Unbelievable. Man, we get ripped off. You Americans are so lucky. You've got all this stuff, virtually on every corner. Well, you know what I mean. In someone's garage, And that's why it's so difficult to build a track here in Australia, outside of the orange track. Well, I've found anyway. But anyway, so there you go, guys. That's a quick look at the Sizzler Fat Track. I love the graphics. I love the artwork. It's beautiful, isn't it? It really is cool. I love it. I wish I could somehow make my track, have all the signage like that and all the punters there. I'm sure I could if I really applied myself. But yeah, okay. That's about it for today. Have a great Saturday wherever you are. Catch you later.